And this year so far, I probably got 70 golf balls. Something's got to stop. I just got new windows in my house and everything. So, I mean, this is, my family's been in that house since the 60s, early 60s. And we've had the problem ever since the golf course was open. So, and that would be, you know, before we went through this, when the other gentleman was running the rec department, said that they were going to plant trees to offset the balls coming through. Doesn't help. I sat out there and worked the other day, and the ball landed right next to me. I mean, what if it would hit me? What if it would hit somebody? What if it would go through a car window? I mean, we need to do something, because it's just not going to continue.
Are your neighbors in the same situation?
Nope.
Just your house was your dream hit?
And it's been like that forever, because it's that one dog leg right, and you know, they get halfway down the course, and then they try to muscle up another shot, and it goes through the trees.
Could I ask the administration to comment or?
Through the chair, I don't really, you know, I do remember the complaints, but I think with the change of the hole, it doesn't really make, you know, it should be getting better, because, well, you know, it's a dog leg right, and people, you know, we had them shoot a range from the tee to the fence.
I was going to bring the whole bucket of balls here for you.
Just one person at a time,
Several
okay?
hundred balls.
Mr. Juliard, let's.
Through the chair, it's from the tee, the common tee, which is the blue tee or the white tee, I'm not quite sure. It's almost 300 yards to that fence. That's a poke. You know, I play golf. You know, I'm lucky if I get 225, maybe 250 on a good day. But the way that hole has changed, you used to have to go straight and then, but now they kind of angled it to where, you know, I really, you know, but we are looking into a net, you know, because the nets along 94 really aren't used anymore, because they changed the, you know, 94 used to run right along that. So we're taking those down, and we're looking at possibly placing them right down the pole.
Okay, so if we don't take them down, could we put some there? Could we just get a net? I don't know.
Yeah, well, what we're looking at either doing is maybe the screening through the fence, you know, like a, you know, a kind of decorative, like Taylor golf thing along the fence, or we're trying to decide on whether we want to put a tall net. I have talked to another neighbor, and they said that they would not care for that. So what we'll have to do is, when we get to a decision process, we'll get with the neighbors that live right across the street from that.
Any time frame that you're looking at, Mayor, for that?
I think they were taking those nets down sometime this month or next month, and that was what we were going to decide on, whether we're going to use that.
Okay, so Mr. Juliard, maybe you can, you know, follow up with the city on that, and then maybe let us know in the next couple meetings or so if it hasn't been rectified, or, you know, if you have any other suggestions.
Right. But what he's saying is, that is a long hole. But what they do is they get about halfway down it, because they might shoot maybe 120 feet or whatever, and then they try to hit it again. I've watched them, you know, literally. I would have started videotaping, but I didn't do that. The other thing, the other question, totally different situation, is I put in a FOIA for city information regarding employees' pay and their names, and they said I cannot have names of the employees in the city.
Okay, so did you get a formal denial?
I do, I have it here.
Okay, so I would like to refer to our corporation counsel, and I don't, do you have it? Like, I probably would ask that you like email it to us, you know, so we could look at it instead of reading a document up here. But I think the corporation counsel can speak to the rules about that.
Just generally, Mr. Juliard, the information was probably not provided because we felt it would be an invasion of an individual's privacy. I assume, and the clerk will know better, that the position was provided and the amount of pay that position was provided, but to give the individual's names would be an invasion of their privacy.
But they're public employees, correct?
They still have a right to privacy.
I mean, in every other city and every other state offer it all. When did our city start doing that?
Excuse me, Madam Chair, what I would like to offer is there is an appeal process, and it
I
should
see
be at the
that.
bottom of your letter. That is the best way to handle this, because we could sit here and debate this all day,
Right.
what you think and what but ultimately it's down to what a judge thinks.
Okay, so the second question was, when did you start doing that?
What do you mean?
Not giving out the names?
I would believe that it's been the status quo since I've been there. I don't know what they did before I came there.
Okay, all right.
If you
Thank you
want
very
to,
much.
if you want to email me that denial, I'll take a look at it too.
Okay.
And let's, like Ms. Bauer, Clerk Bauer said, the appeal process is there for you as well.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is there any other interested parties in the audience? Just 1 second for me. Okay, I don't see any others, so come on back up.
I forgot to mention one more thing. 10 years ago, I went to the building department and talked about putting a privacy fence around my yard. And I was told I couldn't. But yet, other people have privacy fences around their yards that live on corner lots. And the reason I would like to put a privacy fence in my yard is I have a problem with my next door neighbor. I've addressed this before with her dogs barking, her dogs, the fence is this tall, and I had to move my Virgin Mother statue to another location because I went in there like doing the yard work, and the dog, when my head came up, the dog was right at my head, and I'm very, very scared of those dogs. I also had a problem with my neighbor the day after my dad passed away. My 9-year-old grandson was in the backyard, and the dog was barking at my grandson, and my grandson said to the dog, "Quit barking at me, he's just a kid." And I got a text from my neighbor saying, "Your son did this, your son did that," and this has been an ongoing problem with her for 5 years. She has trash all over her yard. The kids throw crap over my yard, and I'm tired of it. If I have an 8-foot privacy fence, that can't happen. Even my adult friends, when they go in my backyard because of their dogs barking, I think they're gonna jump over my fence.
Okay, Ms. Culligan.
So I just wanna see if I can get a privacy fence put around my yard.
Okay, so I was gonna go to the administration on this and see what the rules are today, and what need the process.
Madam Chair, absolutely. If it's, you can't do that in your front yard, but in your backyard, you absolutely, I don't know who or why they would have told you no. I mean, the holes and everything does have to be inspected, so you do have to file a permit.
Well, I couldn't, do I address him?
You have one, just-
Okay, I couldn't, what was I gonna say? I did address them, and the building department, and they told me, no, I could not do it. But yet, other people have put privacy fences up.
Through the chair, privacy fences are 100% allowed, so I don't, I don't know if you talked to the wrong person. I can't understand why that would have took place, but you absolutely can put a privacy fence in your backyard. The poles have to be on the inside of the fence. That's the only rule.
Well, I would like to take down the chain link fence and put a privacy
If
fence.
it's a border fence, then you have to have the permission of your neighbor. And I don't know if you can legally do that, though.
Now, my one neighbor on the other side, we went to junior high school together, and she said it would be all right, because then we wouldn't have to worry about the weeds growing between the fence, because that's a big problem.
Definitely get that in writing.
But the lady next door, she's selling her house, so maybe I can get it.
Okay, Ms.
Thank you
Culligan.
very much.
We have a little bit more information for you, if you just want to wait one moment, okay? Mr. Johnson, you're good? Okay. And then Ms. Winton?
I believe in the back they were saying you said 8 feet and they're saying it's 6 feet? Is that the
No,
back?
I meant 6 feet.
Okay.
I said the wrong
Okay.
number.
Okay.
Madam-
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Madam Chair, I know years ago, just speaking from experience, my parents live on a corner, actually bought their house, but they had to go to the ZBA, zoning board, to apply for a variance because what they wanted to do was a little more than what was allowed, because they were on a corner. So I don't know if that's going to be an option, that there's something that you want to do that might require a little bit more of a variance from the typical approval. So just keep that in mind too, that there is the Board of Appeal process.
Okay, thank you very much.